My name is Mike Sadler, and I've spent my life with cars. Whether it's sand dunes and drag strips, museums, car shows, even the backyard garage, I'm always on the lookout for speed and shine.
When Hannah makes a claim with America's Preferred Home Warranty, she's able to choose her own licensed contractor for the repairs. But why does that matter? Let's see how it benefits you. First of all, you can choose a licensed contractor you know, or someone who comes highly recommended. Also, you can choose someone available on your schedule. After all, if a repair is urgent, you don't want to be waiting for the warranty company to send someone. You want it done fast. When you choose, you're in control. Your claim is determined using an independent assessment from your licensed contractor. And you can apply your claim payment to the parts and equipment that work best for your needs and budget. Finally, Hannah loves that choosing her own licensed contractor keeps money in her local community, which is a win for everyone. Just remember to always reach out to APHW before starting repairs. It's good to have a choice, and choosing your own licensed contractor with America's Preferred Home Warranty gives you the flexibility and control you deserve.
Welcome to the first episode of Speed and Shine. On today's episode, we're going to go out and visit our friends at Huff Auto. We're going to talk to Gary, who's going to show us a wolf in sheep's clothing, really awesome car. And with the upcoming winter approaching, we're going to talk about ways to extend the life of your wiper blades. But first, we're going to go out and visit with a young man who bought a car at Marshall Motors and is restoring it all himself. I'm in Howell, Michigan today, where a car was purchased from Marshall Motors by a 16-year-old, a 47 Plymouth, and he spent the last few years restoring it himself. Let's check it out. Hi, Nicholas.
Hello.
So what made you decide to pick a 47 Plymouth?
Well, I was interested when I was getting my license at first. I wanted a car that would be a little bit different than what all my friends would be driving. I was really excited to see that this was for sale, and we decided to fix it up.
Now, I read on a forum there was some stipulations that your mom had.
She was not happy about it.
No? How come?
No. Well, it's taken over the garage for the past few years, and she kind of liked the space.
So where'd you get the car from?
We got it from Don Marshall in Jackson, Michigan.
So did you have this a particular car in mind, or did you just go car shopping?
We just went over to his shop in Jackson and looked for what looked the coolest. And this is what we stumbled upon.
Yeah. And what about was it the shape? What was it that drew you to this?
It was definitely the shape, yeah.
And how old were you when this happened?
16.
16. So most kids at 16 are playing Xbox and, video games and doing that kind of stuff, and here you are picking out an old car to restore. That's pretty unique.
Yep. Well, of course I still do those things, but it's just a fun project.
Cool. And so what have you done to it so far?
Well, we actually completely took the frame off, and we had to do a lot of body work. We completely welded in a new floor, and we sent the engine over to a guy, and he redid it for us. And the interior's completely new, and we completely redid the suspension too.
All right. So let's look at the engine. So this is the factory engine that it came with. And is it a 6-cylinder, right?
Yep.
All right. And did you do any, it looks like you've done some other things to it, because I don't think is that the stock carburetor setup?
Yeah, we put in a dual carb setup, and we actually put in a dual exhaust as well.
Oh, really? Did you make that yourself, or?
Yeah, we did the exhaust ourselves, but we bought a dual carb kit.
That probably added some horsepower to it.
Yep.
Do you know what the engine's rated at for horsepower originally? No?
No.
Probably not much, right? I mean, it was about transportation when they built that.
Yep.
That's a pretty cool looking setup for that. So you had the engine taken out, you sent it to a rebuilder, right? And you did that yourself.
Yep.
Right? In this garage. And then you put it all back in. And how did you feel when it started for the first time?
Oh, it was a thrilling experience.
I bet. After all that work. And you changed it to an aluminum radiator, so it cools better. And is it still the 6-volt system? Or is it
No, we actually converted it to a 12-volt system, mostly so we could get the Bluetooth radio in.
Right. You got to have the sound, right? The right tunes. And I can see through here, there's a lot of new parts on there. Brake lines, suspension. What did you do there? Did you replace all the brake lines?
Yeah, we replaced all the brake lines, and the suspension we replaced all the springs, and we actually changed the brakes to disc.
4-wheel disc?
Just the front.
Just the front. Now that helps a lot for stopping. Wow, I can see a lot of new parts on there. So in the interior, is that the original dash the way it was?
It's not the same color, but this is the original dash.
You painted that color. I like that. It looks almost copper-like.
Yep.
It's a very Art Deco dash, isn't it? How much of it works, do you know?
Pretty much all of it. Some of it's not connected right now, but it all should work. Even the heater, this is the original heater.
Did you take that out and restore that?
Yeah.
So you painted that, and it looks like brand new. Great work. And the carpet, is that a kit that you purchased?
Yeah, we bought the carpet for the car. And we got the seats done at Luna Upholstery. They did a great job.
Yeah, Luna's well known in the mid-Michigan area, right, for their interior. And you chose this color, or was this the original color?
We chose this color. I think the original color was blue, but we didn't get to see it because when we bought it, it was actually painted black.
Well, like a flat black.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And then you got new rubber on there, tires, and.
Yep.
So what was the most challenging thing in the whole process?
Definitely replacing the floors. It was a real pain getting all the braces out and having to cut out the floors and weld in new sheet.
Yeah, I think I saw a picture where the body's turned on its side.
Yeah.
And you're in there welding. And did you do a lot of welding yourself?
Yeah.
So how did you learn welding before this?
I actually learned how to weld for the project. My dad's friend, he knows how to weld, and he offered to come over and help out with teaching me how to weld. And I'd say I did a pretty decent job with the welds.
Well, the best part is you do it yourself.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, the enjoyment you get building the car, and then the satisfaction you have later when you drive in the car, you actually built it, right?
Absolutely.
It's a great thing. Especially, it's a great thing when anybody does it, but it's really something when a 16-year-old kid starts a project like this and does it. What an accomplishment. So what else do you have planned to do?
Right now, just getting it driving, and then later on we might do some more modifications, just whatever seems fun at the time. And definitely getting all the rattles out. There's still a lot of noise that needs to be taken care of.
Sure. And do you plan on, when it's done, you're going to use it like a daily driver, weekend car? What's your plan?
Yeah, I'm hoping to use it as a daily driver. Maybe take it to a few shows because it's pretty cool and I want to be able to show the work that I've done.
I agree. And you're learning, have you driven a stick before this?
This is actually my first stick shift.
And it's on the tree too, which
Yep.
is different, right? But that's cool. Do you have the chrome for it? Or is that something you're going to have to?
That's something that we're going to end up doing later down the line. Right now we're painting most of the things either the color of the car or copper.
Right. But do you have to source the chrome, or you have it and it's got to be restored?
We have to source the chrome.
Mm-hmm. So you'll be looking through the hemmings and online, and have you found it difficult to find parts for?
I've found with the forum that we're on, it's been pretty easy to find people that either know where to find these parts or who have the parts just on hand.
Yeah, car guys seem to be very helpful to help other people find stuff when they need it, right?
Yep.
Trunk, what's trunk look like? Have you done much there?
Yep. And so yeah, we've done a lot with the trunk. It's not just bare metal.
Yeah.
Really just covering it up, making it look pretty.
So it wasn't real rusted in there, was it? Like the floorboards, or?
It was pretty bad. We had to replace some of the metal, but not nearly as much as the floors.
And how did you lift the body up in the garage?
We had this, our friend had this turntable thing that twisted the car.
Nice. That made it easier, right?
Yeah.
What a way to be able to, turn the car over and work on the bottom or the side,
Mm-hmm.
Makes it a lot easier than trying to weld that in place.
Absolutely.
Well, it's really taking shape. It's looking good.
Thank you.
And you've driven it up and around the roads here.
Mm-hmm.
Is there some place that, when it's done, you really like that first voyage where you want to drive to or take it?
Well, I'm going to school at Penn State here soon, so hopefully I'll be able to take it down to Pennsylvania one of these times, and probably just up north here in Michigan.
Cool. Well, if you're driving it in college, they're certainly going to know who you are, right? They're not going to forget. They're going to say, that guy with the old Plymouth, right? That's a good thing. Well, thank you. This has been great to come and look at your project and see what you got going on. And, for someone your age, it's quite an accomplishment.
Thank you.
Right? Ben, you must be pretty proud of your son.
Yeah, it's a lot of work he's put into this. It's really, it's been a labor of love for what's now been 3 years.
Was it hard at times to just let him do it and not try to get in and try to help too much?
Well, we have had to work together on it. We had one rule: he can't come out here on it on his own because I don't want him to hurt himself. So that kind of makes it hard. He's at school, he's running cross country and in the band and running track, so finding the time that we can both work on it was good. He didn't want me out here by myself because he didn't want me doing all the work on it. So.
That's great, right.
Yeah.
It's pretty amazing that someone at that young age would be, of course, interested in something that is so cool, right? An old car, and taking the time and effort to do it and stick with it, because I've heard of other people trying, but they don't stick with it, right? They give up and it's too hard, or it's taking them away from something else that they would rather do, but he stuck with it.
Yeah, he did. He had a little bit of motivation from Mom. Mom stipulated that he had to stay in budget, and he ended up having to write an essay originally to get permission to do it. And so she wouldn't let us waste the money. We've been in budget so far, and that's been good. So, and for me, it's kind of, I probably wouldn't have done a car like this unless it was with my son. So it's been a wonderful father-son bonding experience.
Yeah, that's something that he's never going to forget.
No,
Right?
absolutely.
Right.
There's been a couple of coincidences that have been interesting since we chose the car. Originally, when we went down to Marshall Motors, Don's shop, I was trying to talk him into something closer to the 60s, a Fairlane 64, maybe do a tribute to the Thunderbolt. And I almost talked him into it, even though he really wanted the older curves. But Don told us that he had sold the car. And then Nicholas was happy, and he said, "Can we go look at the Plymouth that's on the lot?" And so we looked at the Plymouth, and that turned out to be the one. After we bought this car, we were up north visiting my uncle. It turns out my grandmother, before I was born, had a 47 Plymouth. Hers was a 4-door, but it was the exact same color. And Nicholas had already picked this color before we knew anything about that.
Wow, isn't that something?
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit in the genes there or something.
It could be.
I don't know. That's interesting. A lot of coincidence, but it's great. Thanks for letting us come out and be part of this and film it.
Well, absolutely. Thanks for coming out and spending time with us.
Yep.
I noticed that APHW was a Christian company, and I was excited about that.
I like working at America's Preferred Home Warranty because of the atmosphere. It's like a second family to me.
When you walk in through the door, it's an overall great environment to come into every single day.
I don't know of an employee that I have worked for that I believe more in.
Hey, we're here at Huff Auto and we're checking out to see what they have on the lot. They always have a lot of great cars. Gary, what do we have here?
We have a 2013 Chrysler 300C. 43,000 miles, power moonroof, just a beautiful car.
Now, I had a chance to look this car over a little bit, and I'm going to call this a wolf in sheep's clothing. I think we'll find out why in a few minutes. Let's look at the inside.
Black leather seats, navigation,
I think because of the perforation in the seat like that, it's probably heated and cooled seats.
air conditioned seats also.
Yeah.
Yep.
Those are great to have on a hot day.
Yeah.
Well, Gary, this has really nice instrumentation
Yep.
and navigation. You got navigation in this car
It
too?
has navigation also. That's a nice option for this car.
Nice big screen.
Has the big screen radio.
That clock, you know, it reminds me of older cars, you know, and some of the European cars that have a nice fine instrument clock in them like that.
Another nice option on this car is the hot and cold cup holders for your cool drinks in the summer and your hot coffee in the winter.
That moonroof, that's a
panoramic roof. It's not just a regular sunroof, so it retracts all the way back. So it's like a sunroof for the front and back seat.
wow.
Yeah, nice option on the car.
It is. This is heavily optioned. It's got some chrome wheels on there. Looks great. What do we got under the hood? Let's look at that. Oh, look at that. Now we know why it's a wolf in sheep's clothing. Nowhere on this car does it say it has a Hemi.
5.7 V8.
So
Lots
that-
of horsepower.
470 horsepower,
Yeah.
470 feet of torque.
Very clean car.
It is. I mean, it's really clean on the inner fender wells and all the components and stuff. Somebody took very good care of this car. You can see the headlights are clear on it. Paint is nearly perfect on this car.
It's in almost perfect condition for the year.
Have you had this on the lot long?
Just got it today.
Boy, somebody's gonna be really lucky and get to take this home.
We're glad you're here today. You got a first-hand look at it. so.
Yeah, it's a great car. If I had the space, I'd buy it. Well, Gary, thanks for showing this beautiful automobile. If someone's interested in this car or something else, how can they get a hold of you?
They can call us at Huff Auto Group, or they can email us at huffautogroup.com. We have a locating service that can locate cars, just about anything you want to buy, and we fill orders every week.
It's great. And so if you're like me and you're like Huff and you like cars, this is the place to come.
At America's Preferred Home Warranty, if you work here, you are family.
My APHW family has strong Christian values.
My APHW family creates a positive family environment.
My APHW family promotes high morale.
My APHW family genuinely cares about my progress and success.
I love my APHW family. They make me want to come to work every day.
Join the America's Preferred Home Warranty family today. Find us on Indeed.com or call us at 1-800-648-5006.
Well, with winter approaching, one of the safety features you have on your car, the biggest one I think, is the wiper blade, and you got to make sure that they're in good shape and they're prepared for winter. So I always start by looking at it and make sure that the rubber's not coming apart, that it's all solid, and it looks good. But one of the things that most people don't know is even though you wash your car, go through the car wash or wash it by hand, you don't really get the rubber really clean. And over time, the rubber breaks down because of the sunlight and the road film gets on it. And here's what I do, a little secret that I do is I use regular isopropyl alcohol, I put it on a rag, and then I rub it on that rubber and I clean that film off. And it's as simple as that. And if you do that, and you get that clean. You might have to do it a couple times until that rag comes off pretty clean. You'll notice a big difference in the way that it sweeps off the rain off the windshield and make it safer for you and your family when you're traveling in the car. The other thing to consider is that this is a summer blade, and what I mean by that is it doesn't have a rubber around it to protect it so that, you know, if ice and forms on this, it'll keep this from being flexible, so when it hits the glass and it works, you'll see that it won't clean the windshield as good. So you might want to consider changing out for winter blades, which any local auto parts store can help you with. So a little bit more wiping, a little bit more alcohol, you'll get that clean and you'll notice a big difference.
When Hannah makes a claim with America's Preferred Home Warranty, she's able to choose her own licensed contractor for the repairs. But why does that matter? Let's see how it benefits you. First of all, you can choose a licensed contractor you know, or someone who comes highly recommended. Also, you can choose someone available on your schedule. After all, if a repair is urgent, you don't want to be waiting for the warranty company to send someone. You want it done fast. When you choose, you're in control. Your claim is determined using an independent assessment from your licensed contractor. And you can apply your claim payment to the parts and equipment that work best for your needs and budget. Finally, Hannah loves that choosing her own licensed contractor keeps money in her local community, which is a win for everyone. Just remember to always reach out to APHW before starting repairs. It's good to have a choice, and choosing your own licensed contractor with America's Preferred Home Warranty gives you the flexibility and control you deserve.
Well, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you like what you saw, check out our YouTube channel, Speed and Shine TV. We got a lot more content there. Until next time, that didn't go as planned. All right, let me move.
And that's on tape.
You can use that later. We're also going to talk about ways to extend the wiper.
That's just amazing.